Hi, I'm Meg from I Teach Stamping, and welcome to the Friday Flip. So the Friday Flip is where we take one project idea and we flip it into something completely different, keeping the parts we love and changing up what we need to. And it's been a long time since I've offered a Friday Flip, so I'm excited to share this one with you today. Today we're going to be taking a Valentine's card that I recently shared on the I Teach Stamping blog, and we're going to flip it into a masculine birthday card. So let's dive in. Here's our inspiration card right here, and I love the angles of it. I love having some natural elements down here at the bottom, but I didn't want it to be hard. So let's go ahead and start with our punching. Instead of using the hearts border punch, I'm going to be using the stars. And I'm going to start with a piece, Knight of Navy cardstock. I'm going to slide it down, line it up, and punch. And then I'm going to turn to a piece of Garden Green cardstock. So the measurements, you want it right at 1 1/4 inches by about 5 inches. I'm going to slide this down, line it up, and punch. Okay, so then we have tons of punch poop that I'm just going to take and slide out of the way. All right, so we have a piece of white cardstock that's going to be 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And you just have to decide if you want the blue at the top or the green at the top. I'm going to go ahead and have these in place while I'm not going to attach them, just in case I stamp an oops and I need to flip my cardstock over. I definitely want to have my spacing though for my words. Once you're happy with the placement of it, I'm going to move the navy one out of the way, and I'm going to bring in my Stamp-A-Majig. I'm going to go ahead and put this one in the middle where I want it. I'm going to bring in my Knight of Navy ink pad. And then also my stamp. So I'm using a celebration item from the 2017 celebration with Stampin' Up! And I'm using the Happy Birthday sentiment. Close that up, move it out of the way there. Get this nice and in place. And stamp. All right, I have my Stampin' Scrub here so that I can quickly wash it and dry it. I already had the mist on there. Now I'm going to move my navy ink pad out of the way and bring in Garden Green. Get my angle back with that. I'll put a little bit of spacing between the words. Line that back up. Bring it over to the other side. This time I'm going to carefully move that as not to move my white cardstock. And stamp again. So we have our sentiment. I'm going to go ahead and close up my ink pads real quick. Always get in the habit of closing them up quickly so that you don't accidentally drop cardstock or other elements into them. Okay, now we're ready to move on. I'm going to bring in my silicone mat and some Tombow glue, and I'm just going to make a glob of glue. And I'm going to take just a sponge and a clip just so I'm not wearing the glue. And I'm going to take my cardstock pieces and put them on here. So this is a water-soluble glue, so it will come off if you just soak this in the sink. You might have to scrub at it just lightly. But this is the easiest way to do this rather than going through and trying to, get some here and here and here, and dab it all around. This is much easier, much less of a mess too. Okay, so I've got this all gluey. I don't know if that's actually a word, but we're gonna go with that. I'm gonna take my blue one and put it above, and it's whichever one you want on top, whichever one you want on bottom. And then the green, just like so. Remove this out of the way, and while this is drying, we're gonna go ahead and bring in our bow maker. And I'm gonna use linen thread. On the inspiration project, we used white baker's twine. You certainly can do that, but this time I wanted to bring in a little bit more natural looking fiber. So we're just gonna quickly tie our bow. And remember, when you order the 10-second bow maker, you get access to training videos that walk you through how to do all these fun bows. And we're pulling my peg right on out. All right, so I'm gonna scoot this out of the way. And there's my bow and there's my trash. I'm gonna grab my scissors because this should be dry now, and I'm just gonna trim off the excess. What I love about this card is you could easily mass produce it. You could make a stack of these. If masculine cards aren't the thing you love to make a lot of times, which is very common for a lot of stampers, then this is a great one to have just kind of in your stash. Okay, so we're gonna put just some adhesive behind our lower color. For me, it's the green. For you, it can be whatever color you want it to be. I'm just gonna take this and wrap this around several times and then just stick it into the adhesive on the back side and give it a trim. We're almost done with our card. So I'm gonna bring in my card base. It's gonna be crumb cake, and it starts at 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and I scored it at 5 1/2. Just add a little bit more there in the middle. We're gonna take this, drop it on top, and then we're going to take some more of this liquid glue and our cute little bow. And if you don't want to use a bow on a masculine card, don't. Tie it in a cute double knot around all of it. Either way, you'll be just fine. But there we go. We have our cute birthday card. So let's bring in our inspiration card again. Take a look. We kept so many of the same elements. Rather than having a sentiment and then hearts on the other side, we just repeated the same sentiment, but with our different colors. We changed out the white baker's twine to linen thread and the hearts to stars. And just like that, we have our first Friday flip of 2017. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to make this project. If you do, please be sure to like it below and also be sure to share it with your friends. If you haven't subscribed to the I Teach Stamping YouTube channel, now's the chance to do it. Thanks again for watching. I'm Meg from I Teach Stamping, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.